Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with our Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
Okay, well, I wanted to talk about some of the ramifications from the recently announced Legacy of Vader comic.
Which a lot of people watching probably have not even heard of.
Like, the full thing is they're calling it, like, Legacy of Vader, the Reign of Kylo Ren. And
Dun, dun, dun.
it's coming to us, I believe, in February. And, I mean, the cover art looks cool and stuff, but then you find out it's set shortly after the end of Episode 8.
Okay, so in between 8 and 9, which is about a
Yes.
year's worth of time. A long reign Kylo had as Supreme Leader.
Some of the, like, sneak peek stuff into this, we got, like, a little hint that was posted on X by people involved in the project. We do know this is being written by Charles Soule, by the way.
Who's done excellent for the Marvel Comics, yeah.
Yeah, but they say, before we get into where Kylo is and what he's doing, keep in mind that this scene is set not long after the end of Star Wars Episode 8, which means Kylo has just, in the very recent past, had an epic battle with his uncle, Luke Skywalker, which he lost.
Well, with an image of him being
Yes.
projected across the galaxy.
And he lost to a not there Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I mean, that's another bad loss for him in that movie, honestly.
It's a pretty rough loss.
Yeah.
Almost destroyed the entire Resistance, but failed.
Yep.
Yep.
It's like The Last Jedi is like the opposite of The Empire Strikes Back, where the Empire like just wins. Like, The Last Jedi is like, all the bad guys losing.
Almost killed his mother. He clearly intended to, but stopped at the last second.
And
Yeah.
another pilot took the shot, which blew Leia into space, and then she Mary Poppins herself right back into the
Did in
ship.
fact kill his father.
Yeah, like the day before The Last Jedi.
Yes.
Like literally. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Murdered his mentor, teacher, and boss, Supreme Leader Snoke.
Well, yeah, he did.
He did all that.
Yeah,
yes,
he did all
yes.
that.
Became the new leader of the entire First Order.
Yeah, he did that too.
And most interestingly, they say, fell in love with another Force user named Rey who subsequently rejected him.
Fell in love, huh?
Yep, this post was even hearted by Charles Soule. This is from people involved in this project, saying that he fell in love.
So what you're telling
Reylo
me is
fans rejoice.
Reylo is real low.
It's real. It's absolutely real.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, I had heard...
I thought the kiss, I mean, it was debated.
Wasn't the kiss supposed to just be like this spontaneous thing at the end? Wasn't that said by J.J. Abrams, actually?
Well, whatever he said
recall who
doesn't
said
matter because it's how it's interpreted now.
Well, I think there were Reylos who interpreted it differently from the very moment it happened.
Right, some people said it was obviously romantic. Other people were like, no, it was kind of platonic, spur of the moment. It was a...
Maybe it's spur of the moment for Rey? We don't know that Rey had any, like, feelings for Kylo, right? I mean, I get maybe Kylo had this weird infatuation with the girl who rejected him and was, like, more powerful than him in a way and kind of got into his head and took his memories and...
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Kiss doesn't necessarily imply that Daisy Ridley's character loved him.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But he definitely is carrying a torch for her because he's got to kill the past and all that stuff. This is supposed to be like coping at the beginning of this or whatever. He's supposed to be like coping with all these feelings of all these things that had happened to him.
Yeah.
And his saying was, kill the past or destroy the past. Something like that.
Let the past die.
Yeah, let the past
Kill
die.
it if you have to.
And this is his past. Everything in his past he has killed. Or has died.
Well, yeah, he is. He has, actually. I mean, he's killed his father. He almost killed his mother.
But she did end up dying.
Yeah, well...
Killed his dad,
yeah.
killed Uncle Luke died, killed his boss.
Yeah, he's had a good week, when you really think about it.
And then there's that Rey. I fell in love with her and offered her a place at my side, a place for our new empire. And she's like, nah, fam. So... there's that. I mean, this is confirming Reylo.
Is it? I mean, it doesn't.
It's confirming that he liked her.
A Twitter post isn't like confirming, but I get what I agree and disagree with it confirming. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if the writer of the story is like, yeah, that's what it is. That's all good and true. It kind of does say that's his mindset. I don't know that that's the mindset. Like we were saying, I don't think that was like the intent in the Rise of Skywalker.
But that doesn't matter as long if you change it over time.
It's just
that's
such
what Disney likes to do.
I mean,
adjust what's in canon.
Well, sure. I mean, I guess it's okay for Kylo to have the infatuation. I'm not a fan of Rey. Like, okay, just looking at her story of the year that goes by from the beginning of the Force Awakens through the end of the Rise of Skywalker, that's roughly a year in universe time.
Roughly.
So she goes from being like, this nobody who doesn't believe in the Force, gets super powerful with the Force. Kylo captures her and kind of tortures her and kills Han Solo and tries to kill Finn. He does all these like terrible things to her like day one. Mm-hmm. So that's a bad way. Talk about bad first impressions. And then like we're supposed to believe like she would ever have a change of heart toward this guy.
Yeah.
Again, I know this is saying Kylo loves her,
but she decided she could save him or whatever.
We don't. I mean, what was really
they don't
motivation?
paint the best pictures as to what was going on.
No, like I said, the big problem is when you really stop and think about it. Like the Last Jedi is like the day. I mean, it picks up immediately. I mean, technically, it picks up immediately where Force Awakens ends.
I suppose I should give context. The Twitter post that we are talking about comes from Mark Panacea, who is a senior editor at Marvel Comics.
Okay, so
he's a little in the know.
Yeah, he should have some authority here on the matter to some degree. It's just always been such a weird thing. Like, if you're a Reylo and you like it, I guess. I just find it a strange thing to ever think that Rey would ever forgive him. And ever like have romantic feelings for somebody that did the things that he did to her.
Yeah. But it's also interesting to note that this is like one of the first times in a long time that they've decided to take the comics to the sequels.
Well, of all the things the comics have flirted with the sequels the most, there has been a couple books that were mainly written back in the day that were kind of sequel related. And we had the Shadow of the Sith, which was kind of like this explanation.
Okay, yeah.
So there's been a few things, like the other sources of media, whatever you want to call them, the other sources of canon, have touched on it. But this is going to be dead in the middle of them, which is different.
Mm-hmm. We do know that this comic is going to be primarily following Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, as he wants to unlock the secrets of his late grandfather. He's even going to Mustafar to go and check out Vader's abandoned castle.
Well, he does go there. It's not in the movie in The Rise of Skywalker, but it actually is, because that first fight where you see where he's going to hacking some people up, that's actually on Mustafar. And so he meets a creature there. So
we're going to see more of it.
Yeah, it sounds like they're going to dig into some of the things that were left on the cutting room floor and expand from there. I don't know. It's
going to be interesting nonetheless, because I feel like every time they write a new anything for the sequels, it's just putting Band-Aid over Band-Aid over Band-Aid.
Yeah.
And making it more convoluted.
Well, that's kind of the problem with trying to fix the sequels, is like it's a very obvious attempt to like, okay, we realize, again, even if you're a sequel fan, you have to kind of admit like this is a mess. You kind of the movies don't really gel well together.
It doesn't help to run with 3 different directors. And
2, but 3. Go,
yes,
I know what you're saying.
To have that spaced out that way.
Yeah, and especially when the directors,
consistency is missing.
Yeah, the directors were. I mean, Johnson and Abrams are not on the same page. Abrams did this one thing. Johnson's like, nah, I'm going to subvert everything you did, and then Abrams comes back is like, everything you did, I'm just going to kind of go back to what I did.
Yeah, we're going to try to fix it.
Yeah, it's like 2 kids fighting over their toys. Like, nah, it's my toys. I'm going to do what I want with them, kind of thing. So it's like every time you do something in the era, it's like, well, are you kind of more supporting what Johnson was going for with his film? Are you trying to patch between the two? Like, it's just it's a mess.
It is a mess.
Yeah, so every time you do something in it, it feels like, oh, you're just trying to explain why it was stupid in the movies.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Well, for new this week in Star Wars, etc., I did not look up the comics. I've kind of, I don't know. I kind of have fallen off the wagon with this, so I guess the new this week in Star Wars section is me saying I'm going to try and resurrect new this week in Star Wars next week.
Okay.
All I remember that's really going on this week is on Wednesday we have the season finale, the last 2 episodes of Agatha All Along, and on Thursday is Halloween, and it's going to be our voice chat night. I think. Yeah, we're going to have a Halloween voice chat. Ooh,
yeah, I think we're keeping it that day, yeah.
Yeah. There is a Meme Monday that's coming today. It's going to be the Halloween Meme Monday.
Spooky.
Yep, gonna have some interesting memes going on.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Penguin Review will come out when it comes out.
Yeah, that kind
maybe Tuesday. We'll see.
We'll see. But for now, that's all we got for you this time. Now it is your turn. Take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of this whole Reylo comic book thing. Do you care? Do you not care? Do you find this interesting? Do you find it stupid? Whatever the case may be, leave a comment below. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.